All right. Shalawam to all my Akim and Akwaf out there, which just means my brothers and sisters out there. And before I start, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash, Shalawam, Labakarim, Shah, Yasharala. And what that means is all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, which is the Father. In modern Hebrew, that would be Yahweh. Bahashem, in the name of Yahweh Shai, the Son, or who the world calls Jesus Christ. In modern Hebrew, would be Yeshua. And Bahashem, once again, is in the name of Rakaha Kodash, which is the Holy Spirit. Okay? And Shalawam, Labakarim, Shah Yasharala, which means peace to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. All right? So the title of this video is going to be called, Are There Imposters or False Claimers in the nation of Israel? Okay? And this is a very touchy subject, a very, very touchy subject, but who am I to hold the truth away from the people, the lost sheep of Israel, who we are told to preach this gospel to by the name of our Lord and our older brother, Yahweh Shai, or who the world calls Jesus Christ. Okay? So this is for the lost sheep of Israel who has been scattered across the world, across the four winds, for falling away from the Lord, falling away from his laws, statutes, and covenants at the time. So he had to send his son, Yahweh Shai, to be the ultimate sacrifice by spreading his blood and resurrecting again and being taken up by our Lord, our Father, the Master, Yahweh. Okay? So, I'm wearing my garment today. This is a Hebrew Israelite garment. Let me see real quick. If y'all can see, though, got my fringes on there. Yeah. I got the blue in there, right, which we're supposed to have. Yep, the fringes. So what does this garment mean? This garment is a reminder, the fringes especially, right? The fringes is a reminder, which is written in the law. It's a reminder of the laws and the covenants and the statutes that the Lord has given the prophet or messenger Moses or Moshe or Moshe. I'll play his name on the Strongs. So that is what this garment means. It's a reminder of the laws, statutes, and covenants. Even though now, after Yahweh Shai came into the flesh and sacrificed himself by blood, we are now saved through grace and through faith. And also it has been predestinated before we even came into the flesh, before we was even formed in the womb, before the foundations of the earth. The Lord Yahweh already appointed everyone's role. Everyone that is, because he is the I am. Yahweh, Yah, he, Hawa, to be, the breath, is, am, existence. Yah, he, Hawa, breath, to be, is, existence, am, I am, that, I am. He is everything, so that's just for everybody. Once again, so we are saved through grace and through faith. Just as Abram was, right? He was a Canaanite. His father was Terah, right? And he was saved by grace and faith. That Melchizedek, who was already the king of Salem, which is current Jerusalem today, the king and priest who didn't have beginning of days nor end of days, nor father nor mother. He's the one who blessed Abraham in by the word of the Lord. So So let's get started. So let's prove, first of all, that there are imposters in the nation of Israel, mainly the current Jews. Yes, I've said it and I can't take it back now. The current Jews are indeed imposters. All right. So you're gonna be like, Abram was a Canaanite and was blessed in, by faith, by Melchizedek. How is that? Where do you get that from? I don't remember reading that. Yeah, sometimes we have to reread things. Sometimes we have to reread things. So give me a second. Let me prove it to y'all. Don't ever just believe me. I want you guys to fact check me on everything too. Okay? I want you guys to fact check me on everything I say as well. Sometimes I can make errors that I don't catch. And I don't know everything either. This is a lifelong journey. And the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai goes to Yahweh on our behalf. He's the one who puts these words into my mouth, He's the one who gives me this wisdom, Yahweh, in the name of his son, who speaks to him on our behalf. So, Melchizedek. So, Melchizedek, like I said, blessed Abraham, right? He blessed Abraham in. So let's get that. So, Genesis chapter 14. This is the first book, the very first book now. Genesis chapter 14, right? The point is in verse 18. But let's start on verse 17, okay? The point is in 18. But here's Genesis chapter 14, verse 17. The header or the title above this verse is called God's promise to Abram, who became Abraham. So, verse 17. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him, Abram, or Abraham that is, after his return from the slaughter of Shedor Lamer. His name is pretty hard to pronounce, but Shedulamer. Let's let them pronounce it for us real quick. Okay, let me turn my volume all the way up. Shedulamer. What is his Hebrew name? Even though he wasn't a Hebrew, he was one of our enemies. Let's see. And his name means a handful of sheaves, right? He was the king of Elam at the time. So let's play his name real quick.
Strong's H 3540. Kedor Laomer. Kedor Laomer.
Kedor Laomer. Kedor Laomer. Elamites. Elamites, right? And just so y'all don't take my word for it, the sun is shining. But here, zoom in. Y'all can see it, right? Take a screenshot, zoom in, fact check me. So, like it says, the king of Elam defeated by Abraham. So let's go back, verse 17. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Kedor Laomer, and of the kings that were with him at the valley of Shaveh, which is the king's dell. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God. Sorry, the point is in 19, okay? And what does Melchizedek mean? But once it's Melchizedek, what does Melchizedek mean? Let's go, verse 18. What does Melchizedek mean? And let's see how to pronounce it. Now, Melchizedek, he is a Hebrew, basically. He's the king of Salem and priest of Salem. How do you spell Jerusalem? Jerusalem. What did you just say Melchizedek was? The king of Salem, right? And how do you spell Salem? Salem. So Salem is ancient Jerusalem. So what does it say for Melchizedek? King of Salem and a priest of the Most High God, to whom Abram paid tithe after the battle he fought to free Lot, his nephew, right? His nephew. Haran was the father of Terah, right? And also the Salakia, to free Lot. Lot is the nephew of Abram, okay? So that's besides the point. Just let's get to it. You know, I'll get to rambling on to multiple things, but like the point of why I'm bringing Melchizedek is, like I'm saying, Melchizedek blessed Abraham. So a king of Salem and priest of the Most High God, to whom Abram paid tithe after the battle he fought to free Lot. The order of Melchizedek, the order of the priesthood to which Christ belongs. There's only two people in that priesthood, Melchizedek and Christ. But Christ is over Melchizedek, or Yahushua is over Melchizedek, because no one else did the Lord call my son. You know, when Yahushua was baptized, the Lord said, my son, whom I'm well pleased. I'm paraphrasing. I think that's his exact words, though. My son, my beloved son, whom I'm well pleased, right, is what he said. And every other angel or spirit, the Lord just calls him an angel or spirit. But Yahushua is the only one he said was his son. So that's why Yahushua is over Melchizedek. But Melchizedek means my king is Siddiq, or my king is righteous, upright. That's what Siddiq means. So how do you pronounce Melchizedek? Let's hear it. And once again, this is in the Strong's Concordance on the Blue Letter Bible. You can zoom in. You know, fact check me. I don't just be making this stuff up. Now, how do you pronounce Melchizedek? Let's see how they pronounce his name.
Strong's H 4442. Melchizedek. Melchizedek.
Melchizedek. Melchizedek. That's how you pronounce his name. So, like I said, Abraham was saved by faith. He was a Canaanite, but he was blessed in by Melchizedek. Now, the point is in 19. So, once again, and Melchizedek, here's verse 18. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High God. And he blessed him. This is verse 19. And he blessed him and said, blessed be Abram of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth. And here's verse 20. The point was in verse 19, you know, he blessed him, but I'll read verse 20, and I'm going to end it right there on faith of Abram, right? And blessed be the Most High God, which hath delivered thine enemies into thy hand. And he gave Melchizedek, or he gave him tithes of all. He gave him a tenth of all tithes, okay? And a precept to that is in Hebrews, you know, but that's for a later thing. Let's stick to the topic of, are there imposters in the nation of Israel? That is the topic of this video, but that was just to say by faith. That is how we are saved, by faith and grace. You know, we still should aspire to follow the laws and stuff, but we're not saved by the laws, because Yahushua would have never came into the flesh and died for us if we were saved by the laws. You know, we're saved by grace and faith. Okay, so that is how Abram was even blessed in to this, under God, right? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, right? That is who God is, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, now let's get to the point of the video. Okay, so the Jews, right? Didn't it say that Yahushua on his when he was on the cross, it says the King of the Jews, right? Didn't it say that? And also when Yahushua was asking them, who do they say that he is? And when he was going through all these tribulations, when he was getting prosecuted by the king, Herod, and all them, that they were saying, oh, but I thought Christ would be from the house of David, of Judah. He is. Those are the real Jews. Judah, the house of David. And now I'm about to prove it to you. Let's do it, all right? Bear with me. So, first, before I prove that the Jews are from Judah, the tribe of Judah, which is one of the 12 sons of Israel, Jacob, right? Jacob, God bless him, became Israel. This is the proof that the current Jews are not the Jews, all right? I'm going to get a lot of backlash from this video, but if this is my lot, so be it, which is also the word aman. Aman means so be it. So may it be is what aman means. So, let's go to Yahushua saying it out of his own mouth. So that is in Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. Now, this is in red letters. This is in red letters. And y'all all know that Yahushua, they annotate his words in the red letters, right? So everybody, if you're following along with me and you want to fact check me, go to Revelation chapter 3, verse 9. I'm going to read a little bit up. I'm going to read starting at verse 7, but the point is in verse 9. And the heading above verse 7, it says, Message to Philadelphia. Message to Philadelphia. And here's verse 7. And this is out of Yahushua's mouth now. And to the angel of the church in Philadelphia, write, These things saith he that is holy, he that is true, he that hath the key of David. You hear that? The key of David. What tribe did David belong to? Judah. Right? He that hath the key of David. He that openeth, and no man shutteth, and shutteth, and no man openeth. Verse 8. I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name. Lord willing, Abaratazah, when that time comes, we shall not deny his name, because every tongue shall confess and every knee shall bow when he comes back. Okay, so once again, verse 8, I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name. Verse 9, here's the point about the false claimers, imposters of claiming to be one of the children of Israel, the Jews who came from Judah. And I'm going to prove that the Jews came from Judah. I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove it to you today. Behold, verse 9, behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are the Jews. What did Yahushua just say there? Let me repeat it. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do lie. I gotta read that again one more time to bring it home. Kal halal Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Kal halal means all praise to. And then once again, you already should know now, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai means the Father in the name of the Son. So I'm just saying praise to him. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee, the true Jews. Now, this is why he's doing it. Verse 10. Because thou hast kept thy word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation when he comes back in the time of darkness and not light. No one should be looking forward to that day. We're hoping we're part of that elect, that the Lord saves us in his chariots and beams us up to come with him during that time of darkness, the hour of temptation. We're hoping, we're praying, we're hoping we make it, that our name is written in the book of life. So verse 10, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Verse 11, behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Verse 12, him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, our Father, Abba, Ratazah, Yahweh, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my God, a new heaven and a new earth, which Jacob is the beginning. Jacob is the beginning, and Esau is of old. Jacob, which is Israel, the Israelites, stand up, Kahalau, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, brethren, Akim, Akwath. Him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my God, in the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from my God, and I will write upon him my new name. One more time, because I butchered it the first time I spoke it. Verse 12, him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out, and I will write upon him the name of my God. Only the Lamb, Yahweh Shai, has the true name. We believe it is Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah HaKodash, through faith. You know, the 144,000 will have a name written on their head, right? Of the name of the Lord and his son. We believe that name through faith is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. Upon which cometh down out of heaven from my God, and I will write upon him my new name. Verse 13, he that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. Who's the churches? Who's the temples? We are the churches. We are the temples. A church not built with hands. This wasn't built with hands. This was formed in the womb. Who formed us in the womb before we was even in the womb? Yahweh. Yahweh has formed us. We are the churches. We are the temples. Two or more are gathered in my name, I am in the midst thereof. So therefore, we do not need no physical church. We are the church. We are the temple. Akim Akwaf. Okay? All right. That was it for proving that there are imposters, false claimers in the nation of Israel currently, right now. Akim Akwaf. But do not be dismayed, for you have heard the words of Yahweh Shai by the word of his Father. Okay? So now prove that the current Jews are false, and that the real Jews are from the tribe of Judah, which the people were saying, I thought Yahweh Shai came out of the house of David, out of Judah. I'm going to prove it to you right now, Akim Akwaf. Let's get it. Let's get it, Akim Akwaf. Bear with me. All right. Now, so the verse that proves it is Salakia, bear with me. Sorry, this is on my tablet. I have it highlighted on my phone, so I just gotta read just a tad bit. Give me a second. All right. All right, here it goes. The point is in verse 22. This is 2 Kings chapter 14. The point is in verse 22. But I'm going to start on verse 21. Okay? Here's verse 21. And all the people of Judah took Azariah, which was 16 years old, and made him king instead of his father Amaziah. Okay? Here's the point. Verse 22. He built Elath. Pay attention to that key point, what I just said in verse 22. He built Elath, which he fortified it. It was already a city, but he fortified it. But this is just to show you that Elath belonged to the tribe of Judah. Judah, which is where the Jews came out of, and I'm going to prove it to y'all. He built Elath and restored it, which means gave it back to its rightful people. Restore. When you restore something, you bring it back to where it belonged. You gave it back to where it belonged. And he built Elath and restored it to Judah. After that, the king slept with his father. So, verse 21, we're going to read it again and drive the point home. And all the people of Judah took Azariah, which was 16 years old, and made him king instead of his father Amaziah. He built Elath and restored it to Judah. Judah, you hear that? So the Jews came out of Elath. That was the first time Jews was mentioned with Elath. So we're telling you right now, the real Jews came out of the tribe of Judah. He built Elath and restored it to Judah. After that, the king slept with his fathers. Now, but that part right there didn't say that the Jews came from Elath. Hold on, Akim Akwa. Let me bring it to you. All right. So 2 Kings chapter 16, the point is in verse 6. All right. Now, I'm going to read from verse 1 so y'all get the point. Okay? The point is in verse 6, though. I'm going to read from verse 1. This is during the wicked reign of King Ahaz of Judah. He was a wicked king of Judah. Judah had wicked kings, and so did the northern kingdom of Israel. Okay? After the split, after King Solomon's death. So I'm gonna read. I'm only going to repeat verse 6 though, to try to get to the point. Here's verse 1 of 2 Kings chapter 16, verse 1. In the 17th year of Pekah, the son of Remaliah, Ahaz, the son of Jotham, king of Judah, began to reign. 20 years old was Ahaz when he began to reign. This is verse 2. 20 years old was Ahaz when he began to reign, and reigned 16 years in Jerusalem, and did not that which was right in the sight of the Lord, his God, like David, his father. Right? Yahushua came out of Judah from the house of David. Pay attention. Verse 3. But he walked in the way of the kings of Israel, yea, and made his sons to pass through the fire, according to the abominations of the heathen, whom the Lord cast out from before the children of Israel. Verse 4. And he sacrificed and burnt incense in the high places, and on the hills, and under every green tree. Verse 5. Then Rezin, king of Syria, not Assyria, king of Syria, and Pekah, son of Remaliah, king of Israel, came up to Jerusalem to war. And they besieged Ahaz, but could not overcome him. Here's the point. Verse 6. At that time, Rezin, king of Syria, recovered Elath to Syria, and drave the Jews from Elath. Now, I just read to you, Elath was given to Judah, restored to Judah. It was always Judah, right? I just read that to you, right? Verse 6, here's the point once again. At that time, Rezin, king of Syria, recovered Elath to Syria, and drave the Jews from Elath. And the Syrians came to Elath and dwelt there unto this day. Unto this day. Unto this day. So, we have people where the Jews came from unto this day that do not belong, that are imposters. But I'm not going to end it there. Let me really drive the point home. Let me show y'all where we went. Let me show y'all. So, here's verse 7, right? So, Ahaz sent messengers to Tilgath-Pileser, king of Assyria, different from Syria, saying, I am thy servant and thy son. Come up and save me out of the hand of the king of Syria and out of the king of Israel, which rise up against me. And Ahaz took the silver and gold that was found in the house of the Lord and in the treasures of the king's house, and sent it for a present to the king of Assyria. And the king of Assyria hearkened unto him. For the king of Assyria went up against Damascus and took it, and carried the people of it captive to Kir, and slew Rezin. So Damascus was the whole area which the king of Syria, Rezin, controlled. And Rezin just overtook Elath and drave them out. And him and his people dwelt in Elath, right? So the king of Assyria, Tiglath-Pileser, just took over the king of Syria, Rezin's land in Damascus, and killed him. And now he controls the people, Rezin's people of Syria in Elath and Damascus. But we know that Elath originally belonged to the tribe of Judah, from what I just read you in 2 Kings chapter 14, right? Okay. This is not where it's done yet. I'm going to tell you where we went. But now we know that Rezin is dead, and Tiglath-Pileser, king of Assyria, now controls the land of Elath in Damascus. He controls it now, which is still not us. That's not us no more. The Judah and the tribes of Israel no longer are in Eloth, no more. It is false people, colonizers. Now, let me tell you which colonizers came into these lands. Okay? All right. Here we go. 2 Kings chapter 17. I'm about to end this video here. This is the final point of where we went. This is the final point of, are there imposters, false claimers in the nation of Israel? The Jews, the current Jews of Israel are imposters. They were colonizers. This is why as blessed is he who readeth. You need to read. Stop going to these churches built with hands by man who is corruptible. I'm a man too. Don't trust me. Fact check everything I say. And then y'all will say, oh, this book was written by man. It was written by man, but it was inspired by the Lord, right? Because in this Bible, it also tells you that Yahushua had feet of bronze, like they were burnt in a furnace, and eyes like fire. But in modern America and over the world, how was Yahushua depicted? He is depicted as a fair skin. I'm going to choose my words here right. A fair skinned man with blue eyes. And it also said in this Bible that he had hair like wool, right? And current everywhere around the world, America and everywhere around the world, his hair is straight, not like wool. So who corrupts the word that was inspired by the Lord? The Lord put the spirit onto the prophets and the scribes and put the words in their mouth. Man corrupted it. Man is corruptible. Woe to he that trusteth in man. Do not trust me. Read for yourself. Blessed is he who readeth. Blessed is he who readeth. Or fast and pray and ask the Lord, is the words of your prophet. I believe I'm a prophet. The people are calling me a prophet. But if I speak wrongfully, Lord Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakah HaKadosh, please forgive me. But ask the Lord, is the words, my carnal name is Marcus Yates. My Hebrew name is Hawashah, which is a portmanteau of the two words Yahweh Shalak, which means Yahweh, the Father did send. The Father sent me to speak this word, the gospel to the lost sheep of Israel. The Father has sent me dreams. The Father has sent me visions. That is what my name means. Yahweh Shalak, which is what the channel is. That is the portmanteau in the two words. But if you combine those two words, it's Hawa-Shah, not Hawa-Shai, because accent marks and tones matter in language. Hawa-Shah is my name. The Lord did send. He sent me to do this, to wake up the lost sheep of Israel. Okay? This is the point right here. This is the point. This is where we went. This is where the Jews went after we were sent away. In the night, this is 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 6. Okay? I'm going to start at verse 5, though. I'm going to start at verse 4. Verse 4. And the king of Assyria found conspiracy in Hoshea, for he had sent messengers to So, king of Egypt, and brought no present to the king of Assyria, as he had done year by year. Therefore the king of Assyria shut him up and bound him in prison. Verse 5. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up to Samaria. Isn't that where Israel was staying? Samaria? Listen up now. Verse 5 again. Then the king of Assyria came up throughout all the land and went up to Samaria and besieged it 3 years. Now, verse 6, here's the point. This is where we went. In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria. I'm going to reread that. In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria and carried Israel away into Assyria and placed them into Halah and in Habor by the river of Gozan and in the cities of the Medes. Okay? And it's not done there yet. This is not there yet. One last thing. Now, let's look about who's the foreigners who is in our lands now. 2 Kings chapter 24. 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 24. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Cutha and from Ava and from Hamath and from Sepharvaim and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel. And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. I'm going to read that one last time. Verse 24. 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 24. And the king of Assyria brought men from Babylon and from Cutha and from Ava and from Hamath and from Sepharvaim and placed them in the cities of Samaria instead of the children of Israel. And they possessed Samaria and dwelt in the cities thereof. Verse 25. And so it was at the beginning of their dwelling there that they feared not the Lord. Therefore the Lord sent lions among them, which slew some of them. I'm getting off from right there. You can read 2 Kings chapter 17 for yourself. But basically, after that, they, asked the king of Assyria, bring some of the priests from the Israelites from where you sent away into those foreign lands, which I have read to you, which you sent to them, and bring some of the priests there back to this land to teach us how to live on the lands like they do now in America, right? They still need our priests. They still need the Hebrew Israelites to teach them how to live here. But they work their ways around it. And right now there's a grace period. Even for our enemies, there's a grace period. Because he's letting them be wicked right now so he can magnify his name again. Just as he did in our exodus from Egypt. He's going to magnify his name again. So right now he's letting this wickedness happen because the Lord has the left hand and the right hand under his control. So everything evil is under the Lord's control too. But it's for the greater plan, the master plan, so he can magnify his name again, just like he did in Egypt when he took us away from Pharaoh. We was oppressed for over 450 years. But when the Lord came and delivered us with that strong hand, his name was magnified among the world. There was no internet at that time. So how did the whole world know what the Lord did for the Israelites out of Egypt? So that's what he's doing again now. He's going to magnify his name. So he's letting these false claimers, these imposters, these false Jews that I've read to you that Yahweh Shai spoke out of his own mouth in Revelation 3 and 9. He's letting them do their thing right now. So when he comes to deliver us with a strong hand again, when he comes to set judgment to the world, the day of darkness and not light is going to magnify the Lord's name again, Yahweh's name again. All right? So I'll leave that. That is my final verse and scripture I'm going to give to you guys. And I want to give, once again, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakaha Kodash, Shalawam, Labakariam, Shah Yasharala. And that just means all praise, honor, and glory to the Father, in the name of the Son, in the name of the Holy Ghost. Peace to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. And, thank you to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, for putting the Rakah HaKodash onto me and putting these words into my mouth. And also, which I forgot to do, Salakia to my apostles of GMS. I want to give double honors to my apostles and my teachers and my bishops and my elders of GMS, the great millstone, who rule well and helping me learn this truth as well. You know, Shalawam, which means peace. Thawada, which means thank you, and Barakatham, which means blessings, to my Akim and Akwaf, who are going to stay and listen to this teaching and take it to heart and wake up. It's time to wake up, Israel, Akim, Akwaf. It is time to wake up. Hopefully, through the Spirit, you have been edified. Shalawam.